Yo, what's going on, baby huskies? I haven't made one of these videos in a bit, but I have a few things that I think you guys should work on, or like maybe like drills or concepts that I didn't show in the last videos because those were made a really very long time ago. And since then, I've been competing and learning more about the game, so I figured why not share some of the stuff that I think would be beneficial. So alright, I'm gonna get right into it. The first thing that I think you guys should do to improve your puck control is it's actually like kind of just like a regular hockey thing. If you play actual hockey, you'd kind of get this one, and it's just kind of going around the circles, carrying the puck. I feel like pushing yourself to like force yourself to make turns while you're crit chaining, um, will benefit you a lot in the long run. And you can also learn how to move around the puck to keep control of it. Because realistically, the most common question I've been asked by you guys is, how do I start a crit chain? Which is a pretty, no, I'm not gonna say a dumb question. It's a good question to ask because you don't really know. But realistically, when you're playing a game, well, when you're practicing, you should practice like you're playing in a game. And in a game, you're not gonna be able to like start a crit chain perfectly every time. Whereas in practice, sure you can. You could try just critting into your first hit or something. But realistically, if you're watching me right now, not all these hits are crits, but a lot of them are. So, and also, I didn't mention in the last video, but when you're crit chaining, you should try double hitting for the most part. It helps a lot in hitting the window when you're falling down to get the critical hit. That's all crit is. If I hit while I'm falling, it's gonna crit. Look, don't have to do that. That's all it is. So if you're double clicking the puck, that's a second hit that makes it even easier to hit that window. And yeah, this is a pretty good one. You could also do dots if you would rather do like more turns. You could go like around these dots and then around these ones, cut back, get around this one, P2 it off the boards. If you run out of space, go around these dots. Just try to push it and challenge yourself with the puck control because like I said to a few of you guys, puck control is like the most important thing to master. I know Quake was going over like film with you guys. I don't really think that's super important for you guys yet. He said you guys can crit chain. I don't believe that you guys can crit chain at a super high level yet. You've been here for 3 days and no one can when they are that new. If anybody says they could, they are lying. So yeah. Next, I would say you should try to learn how to use the boards. The boards are very, very good. Very, very useful in BHL, using them to get around people and control the puck. So a very fundamental thing about BHL you'll come to know is that there's only so many distances you can move the puck. You can hit it, you can sprint hit P1, regular P2, you can sprint hit P2, you can sprint hit P2, not sprint reset, but they're all like set distances and they're all pretty far. Even P1, it goes quite far and it's a very weak hit. So if you try to use that to get around someone, they're more than likely going to be able to react to it because it's very slow. And what I like to propose to people is that instead of using a P1 to get around somebody and like doing this off the boards, you should learn how to angle yourself around the puck and P2 it. That's how I get around so many people. That's how I'm so good at controlling the puck, is using the boards effectively. You can put the puck where you want it, but with a P2. And a P2 is going to be a lot harder for somebody else to stop it, to ping it. And if somebody pinches and they're not all the way up against the boards, and they think they are, you get around them, they're crouched, you're gone. And you get a free shot on net or whatever, you have to get around the next defender, but it's a good start. I don't really have a good drill to learn how to use the boards, really. I don't really even know how I got so good at using them. I guess I just did. But I'd say think about it when you're playing. Like, if you really don't want to hit the puck too far, just use the boards. You can even P1 it off the boards if you really want to not go far. Because at a fundamental, like, I guess geometric level of why this works is if I shoot the puck directly at the boards like this way, it's just going to stop. If I shoot it against the boards this way, its momentum is going to go into the boards, so it's just going to like slide on the boards. It's not going to go as far. If I hit it further on the boards, it's going to go further. I don't really know the correct terminology for this, but that's just kind of how like angling works. If the sharper the angle, the closer it's going to land to you. Except BHL pucks kind of slides more than it would on like an actual, if it was bouncing. But Um, that's just kind of how that works, and it's very useful. The boards aren't super bouncy either, so you don't really have to worry about it going too far into the middle. It's gonna stay right on the boards for you to come pick it up, and then you could bang. Yeah. Okay. Also, last thing. It's also basically the same thing as a circle thing. You could probably do it the same way. I think I very briefly mentioned in the other tutorial video, like how I learned how to 5-hole with P1ing. Literally the same thing. You can just do that around the circles or the dots and learn how to 5-hole, like the timing. Because I feel like if you want to be proficient at 5-holing, you should be able to do it while turning your body around the puck, etc., etc. You just have to be able to hit the puck while it's in the air consistently. You want to be able to do it every time when you're in practice. Like I'm fucking up right now. I literally logged on to BHL, turned on my OBS, went to NS rink, and I'm recording for you guys. No warm up. But realistically, if you want to be able to score the times you get a chance to in game, which are going to be pressured and hard, pause. You should have to be able to do it pretty consistently when you're on the server practicing. Think about it like an NBA player shooting threes and free throws. This is like free throws. Those guys probably shoot close to 100%, 90% in practice, but there are guys in the NBA that don't shoot near that in game, like very low percentages. But they're always pushing in practice to all be able to shoot really high percentages. So when the chances come in game, they're more likely to hit it. Even if it's not going to be exactly the same, they're just so much more practiced. That's why they're more like some players are more likely to hit it. It's also, comes down to like pressure because they're NBA players. It's a little different, but it's a similar idea. You want to be prepared when the chances come to you to score with a 5-hole or to 5-hole under somebody and get a chance. You don't want to just be like decent at it and then you never really do it and then it happens in a game and you can't finish. I'm trying to think of anything else. I kind of just had ideas in my head and I was like, I'll make another Huskies video for these goons because they seem to really care about improving, so I will help them. But I don't really know what else to say, I guess. I'll probably make a more in-depth video that's like going to be public in the near future. But yeah, I'm more than likely, I don't really know what else to teach you guys. I mean, I guess like, I don't really think I bring it up, but P3ing is like a really good mech. I just don't want you to teach you guys to P3 because a lot of JBHLers get really good at it and then they just crutch on it and then they get into like higher leagues and they can't do it anymore and they kind of fall off because of it. Like you guys would probably own if you learned how to P3 really well in JBHL and like got the timing down, just like Brandon, but it's not, it's a great mech to learn if you can use it in sync with your other mechanics without like losing your other skills, kind of like Brandon. But yeah, if you can learn the timing and be accurate shooting from basically anywhere on the side of the red line or whatever other side, the P3 range is literally just cross the red line, you're in range basically. Like that will go in barely. Oh, almost. It's close enough. You can go finish that. But yeah, basically anything from over the red line's a dangerous shot for a goalie. This is like a 9-minute recording. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being active. I hope you guys have a good playoff run and good end to the regular season. I think you guys have a game today, so good luck. Good luck. If you have any questions, then feel free to ping me. Hopefully, if I'm online, you ping me. Don't ping me when I'm offline, and then I wake up to fucking 40 DMs from JBHLers like, yipee, how do I make my own JBHL team? You don't. Yeah, alright. See ya.